Hello friends! Pattern is a very important part of mathematics. We can solve many questions with the help of patterns of numbers. Hope you remember the pattern of the table of 9. You have learned that when certain numbers or groups of numbers come repeatedly in sequence after an interval or else proceed based on a formula, it is called a pattern. The first thing we learn in mathematics is counting numbers, which is also a kind of pattern. In the previous video, you learned about the properties of square numbers. Square numbers also make many interesting patterns. Let us see some of their patterns. Look at these numbers. Are you able to see any patterns here in these numbers? You are absolutely right. These numbers are in increasing order. The difference between the first and second number is 2. The difference between the second and the third number is 3. The difference between the third and fourth number is 4. These are special numbers. They are called triangular numbers. Do you know why? Because they are numbers whose dot patterns can be arranged as triangles. Do you see any other patterns here? Let us try to add these consecutive triangular numbers. Adding 1 and 3 gives us 4, which is the square of 2. By adding 3 and 6, we get 9, which is the square of 3. We observe that consecutive numbers of this sequence combine to form a square pattern. Therefore, we can say that adding two consecutive triangular numbers gives us square numbers. Let us see how many numbers fall between any two consecutive square numbers. There are 10 numbers between the squares of 5 and 6. There are 12 numbers between the squares of 6 and 7. There are 14 numbers between the squares of 7 and 8. Thus, if we observe the squares of two consecutive numbers, we can see that the number of terms between them is equal to twice the smaller number, such as there are 12 numbers between the squares of 6 and 7 and 14 numbers between the squares of 7 and 8. We can also say that between the squares of numbers n and n plus 1, there are 2n numbers which are not square numbers or non-perfect square numbers. See, wasn't that interesting? Now look at the sum of these consecutive odd numbers. Do you see any pattern here? You are absolutely right. Adding consecutive odd numbers starting from 1, we get a square number. This square number is equal to the square of those odd numbers. For example, the sum of the first 3 odd numbers is 3 to the power of 2, and the sum of the first 8 odd numbers will be equal to 8 raised to the power of 2. Thus, we can say that the sum of the first n consecutive odd numbers is n square. Here, we can also say that all square numbers can be written as the sum of consecutive odd natural numbers starting from number 1. Now look at the squares of these numbers as well. They make a very interesting pattern. Were you able to recognize the pattern of these numbers? You can pause the video and think about it. Yes, in these square numbers, we can observe that the number 3 in the original number comes as many times as the number 5 in the square number. In the square numbers, the number of occurrence of number 1 is 1 more than the number of occurrence of number 3 in the original number. With the help of this pattern, we can find the squares of the next number of this sequence without solving them. There are many other sequence of numbers whose squares form a very interesting patterns. Now look at these squares and try to identify their patterns. In this video, we learned about the pattern of square numbers. In the next video, we will learn to solve questions using these patterns. Thank you. Hello friends! In the previous video, we learned about some patterns of square numbers. In this video, we will see some examples related to these patterns. If I ask, how many numbers are there between the squares of two consecutive numbers 11 and 12, which are not square numbers? So how will you solve this? You can pause the video and think about your answer. If you solve this question in the usual manner, that is, first find the square of the numbers, then count the numbers between them, that will take a long time. Here, we can write the squares of the numbers 11 and 12 in this way. We know that between the squares of numbers n and n plus 1, there are two n numbers that are not square numbers. Thus, there are 22 numbers between the squares of 11 and 12 which are not square numbers. Now, if I say that you have to find the sum of the following numbers, how will you do it? You may pause the video and think about your answer. If we again solve this question in the usual manner, it will take a long time. But if we solve it using the pattern of square numbers, it will take less time. Let's do it together. If we look at the sequence of numbers carefully, we will observe that it is the sequence of the first 15 odd numbers. We know that the sum of the first n consecutive odd numbers is n square. Thus, the sum of this sequence will be 225. See how we solved a difficult question easily with the help of the pattern of square numbers. Here, if I ask whether 81 is a square number or not, how will you verify? Yes, we can write every square number as a sum of consecutive odd numbers starting from 1. So, we will subtract consecutive odd numbers from the number 81 in their order. If in the end the result is 0, then this number will be a square number. Otherwise, this number will not be a square number. Let's verify it together. Here we observe that by subtracting consecutive odd numbers, we finally get 0. Therefore, we can say that 81 is a square number. Now tell me, what will be the next number in the sequence of these triangular numbers? Think about it. Let's solve this question together. We know that adding consecutive triangular numbers gives us a square number. Let us add them. Look at the square numbers of this sequence carefully. These are consecutive square numbers. The next square number of this sequence will be 36. This means the sum of the number 15 and the next triangular number must also be 36. Thus, we get the next triangular number as 21. Hence, the next triangular number is 21. In this video, we learned to solve questions with the help of some patterns of square numbers. In the next video, we will see some misconceptions and simple mistakes related to them. Thank you. Hello friends! In the previous video, we learned to solve questions with the help of some patterns of square numbers. In this video, we will see some misconceptions and simple mistakes related to them. Consider the following statements and select whether they are true or false. Now if I tell you that the sum of these numbers is 81, then state whether I am right or wrong. If you want, you may pause the video and think about your answer. If you believe this statement to be true, then you must have used pattern 3. For this, you must have counted odd numbers, which are a total of 9. Then you must have written the square of number 9, which gave you the number 81. But it is important to note that this sequence of numbers is not of the first 9 odd numbers, because the number 17 is not mentioned. Therefore, this statement is false. If there was number 17 instead of 19, this statement would have been correct. Sometimes, while estimating the squares of many numbers according to the pattern, students believe that it will be similar to the pattern of squares of other numbers. For example, look at the pattern of squares of numbers in this sequence. Students write the square of numbers of a different sequence according to this sequence. This is wrong, because the squares of all numbers do not form the same pattern. Please keep this in mind. In this video, we saw some misconceptions and simple mistakes related to the pattern of squares. Hopefully, you will not repeat these mistakes in future. Thank you. Hello friends! In the previous video, you learned about square numbers and some of their interesting patterns. In this video, we will learn more about square and its patterns. Observe the following numbers carefully. Do you notice any pattern here? You are absolutely right. It shows the pattern of the square of numbers starting with 3. Let us express these numbers as a sum of two consecutive numbers. We can express the square of 3 as the sum of numbers 5 and 4. We can write the square of 5 as the sum of numbers 12 and 13. And the square of 7 as the sum of numbers 24 and 25. Can we also express the squares of 4 and 6 as the sum of two consecutive positive integers? Did you notice anything special in this activity? You are absolutely right. Here we observe that we cannot express the square of numbers 4 and 6 in this way. That is, we can express the square of any odd number as the sum of two consecutive positive integers. But we cannot express the square of any even number as the sum of two consecutive positive integers. If you pay attention, you will notice that the first consecutive number is obtained by subtracting 1 from the square number and dividing by 2. The second number is obtained by adding 1 to the square number and then dividing the sum by 2. Come on, let's understand more about square numbers and their patterns. Look at the product of these numbers. Can you find the product of these numbers without multiplying the two numbers? We can write the product of two consecutive even or odd natural numbers in this way. Thus, we can express the product of 12 and 14 and 13 and 15 in this way. Therefore, we can find the product of two consecutive even or odd natural numbers by subtracting 1 from the square of the number that lies between them. We will now understand the method for finding the square of a number. As numbers get bigger, it becomes more difficult to find their square using the product method, and at the same time, it takes more time. For instance, to find the square of 51, we will have to multiply 51 by 51. Let us consider a new method to find the square of a number. We can write the square of 51 as the square of 50 plus 1 and solve it in this way. With the help of this method, we can easily find the square of any two-digit number. Did you know that we can find the square of all numbers ending in 5 using a simpler method? For instance, consider the square of numbers 65 and 85. Here we have added 1 to the digit in the tens place and multiplied the sum obtained by the digit in the tens place. Next, we have multiplied the number obtained by 100 and added 25 to it. See, wasn't that interesting? Let us now understand about the Pythagorean triplet method. In the previous class, we learned about the Pythagoras property, which states, in a right-angled triangle, the square on the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares on its legs. Did you know that the group of three numbers that can represent the sides of a right-angled triangle are called Pythagorean triplet numbers? Which means, in a Pythagorean triplet, the sum of squares of two numbers is equal to the square of the third number. For example, the numbers 3, 4 and 5 are Pythagorean triplet. Here, we observe that for any natural number n greater than 1, we have 2n, n square minus 1 and n square plus 1 forms a Pythagorean triplet. Like for number 3, the numbers 6, 8 and 10 will be a Pythagorean triplet. In today's video, we learned about the pattern of square numbers, the method of finding the square of a number, and the Pythagorean triplet. In the next video, we will see some examples related to them. Thank you. Hello friends! In the previous video, we learned about the pattern of square numbers, the method of finding the square of a number, and the Pythagorean triplet. In this video, we will see some examples related to them. Let's find the product of the numbers 14 and 16. Here, you can pause the video and think about your answer. As you can see, 14 and 16 are two consecutive even numbers. Therefore, we can solve it in this way. Here, we have used the property of the product of two consecutive even or odd numbers. Let us see some more examples. How will you find the square of 115? You can pause the video and think about your answer. You are absolutely right. You can find the square of 115 in this way. Thus, the square of 115 will be 13,225. Let us see another example. Now, can you write a Pythagorean triplet where one of the numbers is 10? You can pause the video and think about your answer. Let's find it together. We know that for any natural number n is greater than 1, we have 2n, n square minus 1 and n square plus 1 forms a Pythagorean triplet. We will assume 2n equal to 10. That will make the value of n to be 5. Solving it further, we will get numbers 24 and 26. Therefore, the Pythagorean triplet numbers will be 10, 24 and 26. These questions are for your practice. The answers to these questions are given below. In this video, we saw some examples related to the pattern of square numbers, the method of finding the square of a number, and the Pythagorean triplet. Thank you. Hello friends! In the previous video, you saw some examples related to square and its pattern. In this video, we will see some misconceptions and simple mistakes related to them. Let's see an example. Find the squares of the numbers 75 and 76 without multiplying them twice. You can pause the video and think about your answer. Let's solve this. We can find the square of 75 in this way. Many students strive to find the square of 76 in a similar way, which is wrong. Because the method applied here to find out the square of 75 is used to find the square of numbers ending in 5. There are several ways to find the square of 76. One of the methods is given here. Let us now understand the second misconception. Now, think about this sentence. The sum of two consecutive positive integers is a square number. True or false? You can pause the video and think about your answer. Many students assume this sentence to be true. They believe that if all square numbers can be written as the sum of two consecutive positive integers, its inverse will also be true. That is, the sum of two consecutive positive integers will also be a square number. This is a misconception. The sum of two consecutive numbers is not always a square number. For example, the sum of numbers 3 and 4 is 7, which is not a perfect square number. Hence, this statement is false. In this video, we saw some misconceptions and simple mistakes related to square and its pattern. Hope you won't make such mistakes. Thank you.